you know how you get like Amber Alerts on your phone?
Amber Heard alerts?
Yeah. Oh, God. There should be that.
There should be that.
Lights, camera, action.
UPS, you piece of
I was like, you know what I want to do one day? I want to join a gang.
We're in 2022, upgrade the cameras.
Yeah.
You can see Saturn and shit, but like I can't get a clear picture of someone robbing the gas station.
That was the greatest night in the history of television.
Back. Recovering from our last episode.
Yeah. Still secondhand
Yep.
stoned.
Did we have a Mandela effect? Because I swear to God, we planned for the 420 episode to be released today, which I thought today, Friday, was supposed to be 420. I swear we looked at a calendar and said that.
No, we had hoped.
We had hoped.
We hoped the stars aligned, but we looked and it was like, it's the week of 420. Good enough.
So, okay. So I'm glad I misremembered that rather than we jumped dimensions.
Yeah. and what a more stoner thing to do than to be like, hey, happy 420
right.
on 422. Being a little late to the party.
That makes it better.
Yeah, it does.
That makes it better.
It was actually on purpose.
Yeah, it was.
Totally.
And hopefully, you know, every day is 420 now for most of the people of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's I like that the week before I talked about what makes 420 so special to someone who does this every day.
Right.
And then we talked to Tyler and it was exactly that. He was like, yeah, man, 420, I took the day off.
Yeah.
Do what I normally do.
Right.
Other than like going and getting a free Frisbee at Chiba Hut.
Yeah, you save up your PTO for 420.
Yes.
If you're someone like Tyler, it's Chiba Hut was crazy. I was trying to get some late night food.
Yeah.
On 420 just because I got off work at like 9, didn't get home till like 9:30. I didn't really want drive-through.
Yeah.
And I knew Chiba Hut stays open kind of late, and I drove past there and it was packed.
Damn.
I didn't even want to go in.
I would have gone just to get a Frisbee.
Right.
Because my other one that I had burned up in my car. I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure.
It's rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
To the car, to the Frisbee.
Man, to whatever else was in there. Ooh, I don't even know.
Who even knows? I'm wondering what you're watching. Just because I am thinking and more of some typical film stuff, just because there's a lot of good shit out right now.
Well, we're gearing up. We're gearing up for quite a bit of things to come out, including Doctor Strange.
Oh, it's so close.
It's really close. So I'm excited for that. We just got a trailer for Thor, Love and Thunder.
Oh, it's looking good.
We've got Jurassic World 3 coming out in June? May?
Yeah, and I'm going to watch that. I watched the first one of the new ones. The second one I didn't. This one looks fucking good.
Yeah. The thing about those movies is like, it doesn't really matter how bad they are. I'm there.
Right.
The Jurassic World franchise just has me. Dinosaurs, I mean, come on.
As they should.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spielberg really cornered the market on dinosaurs.
Yeah. I mean, great job.
I wonder if like other people have tried to make dinosaur movies and Spielberg just walks in and just shakes his head and walks out.
I mean, have you seen Velocipaster? I have not, but wow.
I have not either, but it looks amazing.
Yeah, it does.
Fuck. One day we
need to watch that. You at home vote.
If we need a live stream Velocipaster.
Yeah, we do.
It's actually weird. I didn't see it, but it seems self-aware and campy.
Yeah.
It seems like Sharknado.
Yes.
But like better.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about those is it's very easy to make a bad dinosaur movie. Like any of those sci-fi ones that are on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Right.
The CGI is always awful.
Just bad.
It makes you sick to your stomach.
It makes you wonder why even do it.
Yes.
Why?
Well,
just
a couple weeks ago, we talked about perfectionism.
Yes.
Why even try if we can't make it all the way?
It's funny to think that there are people in Hollywood who are not perfectionists, who just like scrap something together and they're just like, meh.
Well, every Hallmark movie is proof of that.
Right.
I mean, it's a copy paste industry.
Lifetime.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's another station too that's kind of like that, but boy.
Yeah.
Have you seen that thing where the AI writes a Hallmark movie?
I've seen things where the AI does some stuff. I didn't know. I imagine that it was the best one.
It's great. And it's not far from what would actually be made on Hallmark.
The AI.
The AI.
Honestly, those are some areas where maybe they should. I don't want to take good work away from good people, but just let the computer write that one.
Yeah. God, it feels like it does anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, more what I've been watching lately has been the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case.
Okay. This is fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this one.
Which again, similar to Will and Chris, it's like, do we want to talk about it? Because everyone's talking about it. But I've been watching because it's live streamed, which I think is interesting. I had this thought that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard is being live streamed. But anybody else's case, like what's her name?
Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah. That's like buried.
Right.
You can't find that anywhere. This one is just like public access. It's live streamed on TikTok. It's everywhere. There's YouTube videos like all the time, like constantly, different categories of what they talked about, who took the stand. Like it's everywhere. So I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I did kind of trip out the other night scrolling through TikTok and having it come up. And then I was like, oh, maybe someone's no, it was like ABC News's TikTok.
Yeah, it is. Like their confirmed blue checkmark TikTok live streamed it on TikTok.
And to what you're saying, I mean, yeah, you have to kind of ask the question, why this one?
Yeah.
Well, there could be the like completely conspiracy view of it where it's just like, well, it's just a high profile case.
Yeah.
And they have access to it. But, there's been so much like gender division about these kinds of issues where like with Johnny Depp, when it first came out, he was done. He was off of Fantastic Beasts. Yep. And then it comes out Amber Heard. So it feels like, they push this out so that people can just argue about the semantics about it. That's what it feels like.
That's what it always is, right?
Right.
It's always like put something out so there's somebody picks a side, gets somebody canceled. Mm-hmm. And the night before I started watching the trial, I was talking with my friends and I was like, I hope Johnny Depp gives Disney the middle finger.
Yeah.
And gives Fantastic Beasts the middle finger.
Yep.
Because, again, it's just one of those things where something comes out and without much research, they just snapped. Snap, jump, cut, you're done. And that's the society we live in. You're not allowed to be a human anymore and make mistakes or, everything you ever worked for is just completely wiped clean.
Done.
And that's kind of what happened. And I was like, so I hope if Disney comes back, he just says, fuck you.
Right.
And sure enough, while I was watching, this lawyer was like, is it true that if Disney came to you with $3 million and 1 million alpacas, you would not return as Captain Jack Sparrow? And he was like, yes, it's true.
I like to think that the lawyer was just simply curious for his own viewing pleasures. I like to think the lawyer was just like, this is the only chance I have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like to think the lawyer goes home and he just has Pirates of the Caribbean shrines all over his house and just like a live action wax figure of Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing that came to my mind. I mean, not that exact thing, but came to my mind is like, this lawyer is a lawyer.
Yeah.
But they're also just a person.
Right.
And what are the odds that this person was a Johnny Depp fan and now has to go against them, Like that kind of sucks. If you're a Johnny Depp fan and you get assigned to Amber Heard and you're like, shit, I'm supposed to take down one of my all-time favorite actors.
And if you're a Johnny Depp fan, you fucking hate Amber Heard.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe he'll purposely make her lose. I don't know.
Right.
I wonder, I mean, ethics, right? I was just talking about ethics within my job, like the mental health field. And I imagine there has to be like, well, if you're a lawyer, I think it's probably your ethic responsibility to be like, I can't do this case. I'm a huge Johnny Depp fan, but I guess it depends on if the lawyer is willing to be ethically honest about that, you know?
Or maybe that's more on like Amber Heard's side of research.
Right.
Like, I don't know how you pick a lawyer if you interview them, like for a job. I don't know. But like maybe she could say, name 5 of my movies, name 5 Johnny Depp movies. And if he can do that a lot easier, I'd be like, sorry, you're not the one.
I can't even fucking name 5 Amber Heard movies.
I can name 1.
What is it?
And it's not even an Amber Heard movie. Amber Heard is just in it, and that's Pineapple Express.
Yeah, I
she
guess
plays
so.
Seth Rogen's girlfriend in it.
Okay. You know what I got for Amber Heard movie, not her movie, besides Aquaman. Obviously, that's
Never
one.
seen it.
But Never Back Down.
Never seen it.
Fucking Never Back Down. It's like a movie that's like about kind of like it was like in the height of like UFC's popular. UFC's always been pretty popular, but it was like in our high school years when UFC was really gaining popularity. And it's just about this high school guy who goes to a new town.
Yeah.
Who like learns MMA fighting. And then it's kind of also like American Pie, just like high school, like popular rich parties and then MMA fighting.
Yeah.
And so Amber Heard's in that too.
All right, random. You don't really hear, like, you hear about her, but I seriously could not tell you what she's even a part of.
No.
Ever.
No. And so I'm not watching this. So if you give me like, what are you seeing? Because I'm not really, I've read some stuff. I heard the tapes. That's like the one thing I heard was of her kind of admitting her shit, not to jump too far ahead, but like, what are you seeing here?
So far, I've only seen Johnny on the stand. I don't know a lot about how court cases work, but so far he's the only one who's been on the stand. So I'm assuming they go a period of time where he takes the stand and then she'll take the stand for a period of time.
Right.
But right now, everything I've seen is just him up there. And he's a great actor, right? Obviously.
Right.
But to me, the body language, the emotion, the look in his face is someone who's very hurt.
Yeah.
And someone who's very broken and someone who's very maybe even ashamed or,
right.
You know, and I something that really impacted me on the case was when the lawyer asked, you know, what did this cost you? And he like paused for a really long time and he said, I mean, nothing short of everything. And he basically said, no matter the outcome of this case, the moment that she made those allegations against me, I was done.
Right.
And that says a lot, I think, about, again, the culture we're in right now.
It does, because even like when I'm on Twitter or something, you still see those people in the comments defending her, regardless of any evidence, regardless of anything that's come to light. There are still people out there who are going to find a way to spin it.
Her own parents side with Johnny Depp.
Wow.
What does that tell you?
Well, yeah, they raised that little demon.
Yeah, right. Or summoned her. I don't know.
They summoned her. They're like, yeah, when she was 5, we woke up and she had a pair of scissors in our neck. Like,
yeah, right.
They're like, fuck that bitch.
She used to stand at the end of the hall with the head of a dead animal.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I imagine with her.
That's
really.
what I picture.
Yeah, I really do. Like, seriously.
It's also unfortunate because if Amber Heard did make up all this shit, right, or like highly inflate it and tweak things, then she is screwing over all the other women out there who are pushing for this movement to happen of like, please believe us. People need to listen to us and believe us. And then here comes Amber Heard and she might totally fuck everything up.
Wow. Yes.
Which is so unfortunate because how are you gonna do that?
I didn't even think of it that way.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Because it fucks it all up in a way that now every true dickhead guy who is just so like every guy who's like don't believe any women, right?
Right,
because
right.
that's not the right answer
No.
either. Any guy like that can just point to this now, and just be like, well, no, because look at Amber Heard.
Yep.
And so you're right. Women should be upset. Women should be very upset about this right now.
Yeah.
Because it really hurts it doesn't hurt the credibility of anyone who's actually gone through this, but it reinforces the patriarchal skepticism for women who do come forward, because this kind of thing gets into the minds of every judge, every police officer, every person who has the opportunity to listen to a woman who's going through this. And every person like that sees this very publicly and has that in the back of their head. Oh shit, did we just find out why they're putting this out there so heavy?
Oh,
Holy shit.
Maybe. Well, so yeah, if Amber Heard has been lying or fabricating or over exaggerating on top of the truth, then there should be nobody on her side.
Right.
Men or women. There should
Right.
be nobody on her side, because what the fuck? I don't know, obviously. You know, I'm seeing this case unfold, and I mean, I love Johnny Depp
I love Johnny Depp.
and never been a fan of Amber. Does that make me biased? Probably. Probably. But I mean, I've seen one movie with Amber Heard in it, and other than that, I didn't know much about her until this stuff started coming out.
Right.
And I don't know, like she has this look on her face the entire case of like on the brink of crying,
Yeah.
but kind of mad, but then she'll quickly snap and be like smiling and like laughing with her lawyer who's sitting next to her. I'm like, what's that about?
And it's like she needs help.
Yeah.
Like she needs like mental help. Legitimately. Like not even joke. Like it's not a joke. Like she just and there's like, you know, this is such a nuanced thing, like, and it all is, right? And it's like, and that's why extremism is such bullshit, because the people who are like, not a single woman is ever lying about that. Well, that's not true. And then the people who are like, all women are lying about that. Well, that's not true either.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's in the middle. Most women are being honest about these situations.
Yeah.
Some women are not. It happens. It's fine. We don't need to base our entire worldview on whether or not women are telling the truth when they've been abused or assaulted in some way. And then even on Amber Heard, I don't like her at all. But if there's any compassionate spin, the lady needs some freaking mental help.
Yeah.
She needs help. And her issues are causing people pain. And that's something I get, because that's what addicts do. Addicts hurt people because they need fucking help.
Yeah.
And it doesn't excuse what they've done, but they need help. And she needs help. She needs mental help. She needs to not be a tornado of destruction in other people's lives. And Johnny needs help too, because even latching on to, because it seems like Johnny's an addict.
Sure. And I think from his past, right, he probably has had substance abuse issues.
Yeah.
In the
It
past.
feels that way. I mean, if you read the Rolling Stone article, it's like he would spend, I don't even know, $24,000 on wine like a month.
Okay.
And he was like doing tons of coke, and
Yeah.
you know, so the thing about addict is, I think we often will find ourselves latching on to a narcissistic personality type. Not always, but I think it happens because we're vulnerable to that kind of a person basically taking control over us. And not only that, but we can potentially invite it through our lack of knowledge of what a healthy relationship looks like. And so in that sense, he needs help too. So it's very like, it's so nuanced in that way, where there's no way you can't have an extreme reaction. I mean, you can, everyone is, but like,
Yeah.
a reasonable reaction to it is just like, yeah, some people are lying. Most people are not. Amber Heard is, because she's a little evil demon lady, who, thank God, Johnny Depp's even alive. Fuck.
Well, it's clear to me that she does have anger issues. That is clear. Because I absolutely love the quote that came out of her own mouth from one of her own recordings that was played in the court. When she was like, I was not punching you, Johnny. I was hitting you. Okay. What the fuck is the...
Wow.
She was basically trying to justify that the positioning and the angle. She was like going into it.
Right.
She was like, the angle at which I hit you, Johnny, you're such a baby. Grow up. And like just yelling at him like, I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
Jeez.
All right. Okay. And?
God.
And supposedly it was from this thing that took place where Johnny Depp was in the shower and she was going on a rampage and banging on the door. And he was just trying to not engage with her because he really just, he wanted to run away from it and like escape.
Yeah.
And she kept saying that too. She's like, quit running away from me. You just run away from the problem. And he's like, well, no, I just don't want to escalate it.
Right.
There were like 5 bedrooms and a few bathrooms wherever they were staying. And he just kept like bouncing around, just trying to get away from her, like trying to cool off.
Yeah.
And so she was like banging on the door. And so he opened it a little bit like this just so he could look through. But he was braced against it because he figured she was going to try and burst through. Sure enough, she did. And like she had hit him in the head with the door, on like kicked it so that way the door hit him in the head.
Right.
And he was stunned and was like, what just happened?
Right.
And then she hit him in the head with her hand, fist, whatever, who knows. So it's clear to me that she has some anger issues and lashing out and just like verbally, abusing too, calling him a baby. When to me, I don't know what her idea of a man is, but to me, a man who is being physically attacked by a woman, whether it's punching or hitting, a man who turns and chooses to walk away, that is a man. That is not a baby.
Right.
That is a man who is man enough to take the high road and say, I'm going to walk away from this so I don't escalate it. So that way we don't do something stupid. You know what I mean? That is a man. And so I don't know what her definition of a man is. If she wanted him to slap her back, is that what she thinks a man is? Fuck out of here.
Right. It's crazy because this brings up like the kicker of all kickers on this. And we do this to anyone who's in an abusive relationship, but it's even more it's not more tough for a man. It's tough. I don't know. It's tough for everyone who goes through an abusive relationship, but in the sense of being a man, when you biologically are assumed to be physically stronger than a woman, the question always is, well, why didn't you just leave? And it's not that simple.
Yeah.
Right. And women get that one all the time. And it's fucked up. And it's like, well, why didn't you just leave? And then so being a man in that situation, well, why didn't you just leave? You're stronger than her. Just pack your bags and go. Throw her out of your house, yada, yada, yada. It's not that simple. That's not how abusive relationships work.
No.
Abusive relationships work to exactly what you were talking about, like that stranglehold on the person through the verbal and the physical and the emotional and the psychological. It's deeper than that. The abuser takes note of exactly what the abusee's vulnerabilities are, insecurities are, biggest fears are, all that stuff. It's like they have all that in the back of their head and they use it with precision, like a sniper against the person they're abusing. And it sounds like that's exactly what she was doing to him. So when the question of, well, why didn't he just walk away comes up, that's because she knows what she's doing. She's good at it.
Yeah.
She's damn fucking good at it.
Yeah, and I think he did comment on something like that in the case. He basically said that it hurts when you're very open and vulnerable with somebody and you feel safe like opening up about some of your darkest things in your life,
Yeah.
and then they turn around and use that against you.
Right.
And I think he did make a comment like that. And but circling back a little bit to something you mentioned earlier, because I know you posted that article about the alpacas thing, and it's funny that you posted that, because as soon as I heard that, I messaged my friends that I was talking about that with the night before, and I was like, I told you guys, and I was like, but I don't understand this alpaca thing.
Right. What? Yeah.
But I like the idea that he is a fan, because my friend Matt was also watching the case before I started watching it, and he was like, it was cool because they were asking him a lot of stuff about his career. But at the same time, I'm wondering, what does this have to do with the case? Like, they were like, so what was it like? How did you get started? And he explained his whole thing. Oh, really? And what was it like playing Pirates of the Caribbean? Just like ask, like if it was an interview for a promo circuit or something. Like,
they're like, do you still have the scissors from Edward Scissorhands?
Right. Yeah. Like just like random questions like that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what that has to do with the case either. But I also thought, if anyone doesn't know, he doesn't watch himself.
Okay.
He only watches himself when he's forced to.
Sure.
Which I don't know what that would be, like maybe a premiere of a movie when you're there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Unless he just like walks the red carpet and leaves. I don't know how he's
that too. I've never actually thought of that, but I imagine some people do that.
Probably.
Yeah.
So because they had asked him when I was watching it, how many movies he did in between, like when all this was going on. Mm-hmm. And he could not recall. And they were like, so you can't recall a single movie you did? And he's like, well, it's hard for me because I will just go and do a movie, and when I'm done with that movie, I'm done.
Right.
And then I go and I do the next thing. And he's like, and I don't watch myself. I don't watch my movies.
Right.
Only when I'm forced to. And so like, imagine that. Like, imagine if you came and you recorded this podcast and then you left. Mm-hmm. And then you just came and recorded and you never listened and you never had any understanding of when it was coming out or.
Right.
I mean, you probably know when it's coming out, but like you don't watch it. So the timeline could be messy. I could see that. Like if you're doing, he's like, look, I did a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I do a lot of movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's right. Like in the span of, I didn't realize that this started all the way back in 2014 or 2016, something like that. So it's been a significant amount of time.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the dude has probably done dozens of movies in that time. He's not going to know. And especially if he's not watching them.
And the other thing about that is he probably did some movies, but I think he really did do less movies than your typical run from 2014 to 2020 or however long this shit has been going.
Yeah.
And that speaks volumes, I think, too, because I imagine he wasn't feeling incredibly creatively inspired while he was in the midst of an abusive relationship.
No.
So he probably felt like complete shit. He probably didn't want to. I mean, he made the other pirates. He made, I think, probably like Black Mass.
Lone Ranger, I think.
That was more like 20. I think that was while we were in high school. Remember? Because he stayed at the house up in like the Glenwood Hills neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like, like 2012, 2013 more.
Okay. I thought they were together during that, but maybe not.
Maybe though. That was probably Amber Heard was probably here in Albuquerque with him and probably like picking off coyotes from the Sandia Mountains and like slitting their throats. Psycho ass lady.
And like sacrificing them on a rock.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Johnny's like trying to get in touch with Native American spirituality. She's just like undercutting him. She probably is a witch. Okay, never mind. I'm like, never mind.
Anyway, The Lone Ranger came out 2013.
Okay, yeah.
So.
Yeah, we shouldn't go around accusing people of witchery.
Yeah.
That's exactly how the witch trials came to be. So,
okay. Now, she's probably just a normal person who gets angry from time to time.
Very fucking angry. She needs an outlet for that anger.
Sure.
That's not another person.
Yeah. Preferably.
Yeah.
Preferably.
So is it still? It's still ongoing. I'm imagining she'll take the stand.
I'm assuming.
And that's going to be the kicker. It's funny you were saying like, and I don't know how any of this works either, but it feels like they have to crescendo. Like it is almost like a performance, but not, and well, sometimes in a disingenuous sense, to help someone get off. But it is kind of like, you, as a lawyer, I'm sure there's like a strategy to it. Like, you got to play your cards right. Like, you don't start with Johnny Depp. Like, you build up to Johnny Depp, and then that's the fucking boom. That's the fucking hammer. So there seems like to be a performative aspect to lawyering.
Probably. Yeah. Especially lawyering in something like this.
Right.
But also, I just want to say, fuck that lawyer. Okay. I can't stand him.
Is he the worst?
He's a fucking little dick.
He's a little dick bitch.
He is.
Yeah.
And like Johnny will be on the stand and the lawyer will ask him something and he starts talking. He's like, that's great, but that's not what I'm asking you. It's a very simple yes or no. And I'm like, fuck you.
Right.
Fucking little bitch dick.
And those are techniques. Those are very intense. Like, lawyers, from what I've heard about cases, like they know what they're doing there. Like, they're trying to rattle the person. They're trying to get in their head. It's kind of abusive too.
They are. And he's very much that way, because I've heard there was someone else. There was a woman who was asking Johnny questions because they go back and forth. And I don't know if she was his lawyer or attorney or whatever, but like, they were very nice and they listened and they gave him time. And this guy's just like a dick. And you're like, okay, you're clearly representing Amber. Fuckhead.
Right.
And he's just very short tempered and like he doesn't. Which I guess, a lawyer, if someone's like beating around the bush,
sure,
you're kind of like, get on with it. It's a simple yes or no. But it's also clear that, here's a person who's trying to figure out that this has been going on for 6+ years.
Right.
They're asking him about a day in his life 6 years ago during all of this. And he's like having to think about it. He's like, I mean, I don't know. I don't remember. I'm trying, and he's trying to find his way through it.
Right.
And they're just like, it's a simple yes or no. And I don't know. I'm very curious when Amber takes the stand, if she hasn't already. I don't know if I missed that, but
get ready for a show.
Yeah, right. It's gonna be like Margot Robbie and I, Tonya.
Yeah. She's
crying and then smiling and then crying and then smiling and
exactly. Yeah. It's gonna be that vibe. 100%. But I just don't. I mean, they've really pulled out the big guns. So unless Amber's lawyer has some insanely, but it's hard, how do you, I just don't see how she gets out of this one, but that's kind of the problem, right? Is like, there's a chance she does.
Yeah.
Just based on the climate. Mm-hmm. And that's unfortunate. Despite what we've all seen about this situation, she could pull out some bullshit on Johnny and he might have blown up on her when he was just fed up with her shit. Right. And they could spin it and make it look like it was unprovoked or something. I don't know.
Totally. I mean, if you spend years provoking and poking the bear.
Yeah.
And nobody sees all the poking, but they only see when the bear attacks.
Ooh.
Game over.
Game over.
And that's horse shit. And
it's like when you're in middle school and someone bullies you.
Yeah.
And then you hit them finally. And all they see is you hitting the person. Right. Yep. And then you get suspended.
Yep.
And it's like, and they're like, well, sorry. Like, all we saw was you. And I feel like my parents would tell me shit like that.
Yep.
Or teachers, they'd be like, look, that all they see is you retaliating and they don't know what happened before that. So they have to just go with that.
Yeah. Then man, you just struck a chord with me there.
Right.
Growing up as someone who was bullied constantly to when you finally do snap, that's all people see is the snap.
Right.
They don't see all the horse shit that you took on beforehand.
Yes.
So it's kind of unfortunate. Like it's again, like how the Oscars, you said they backed themselves into a corner where here they have been for the past few years getting criticized.
Yeah.
For not enough equality in the Oscars.
Yes.
And then they finally hand Will Smith his first Oscar ever.
Right.
And now they're faced with, okay, he slapped someone on stage. Do we take his Oscar away? But we can't really because now we're taking away a black man's Oscar, his first Oscar.
Right.
They're kind of in this stalemate.
Yeah.
And I think this kind of falls under that category is like, if Amber Heard did fabricate this shit, it's like, they're backed into a corner.
I think another thing that happened as of late, that kind of also resonates with that backed into a corner type thing is the Jussie Smollett.
I don't know.
Jussie Smollett, however
Or
the
her.
fuck you say his name.
Or him? I've never heard of them.
He's the guy who kind of fabricated a hate crime on himself. Did you ever? Okay, so he was on the show This Is Us, I think.
Never saw it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch it either. It's like on a network.
ABC.
Yeah, ABC,
Yeah.
some shit like that. And he got attacked, quote unquote, attacked in Chicago. And he said that his attackers were saying racial slurs at him and yada, 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 hate crime. Right. And he's a homosexual African-American man. And then it turns out, and this is like, he has been convicted of fabricating this. And he's still trying to like say like, no, this, but it's like, it's that other backed into a corner moment where when that attack happened, everyone jumped at, and they only could respond to what they saw or heard.
Yeah.
But even when the tides turned and we found out that Jussie Smollett, god damn, I don't know how to say his fucking name. Even when we found out that he fabricated this hate crime to garner sympathy and elevate his career, because he knew in the current climate that a hate crime against him would get him fucking a liberal parade. Mm-hmm. People still try and do mental gymnastics about it just because, well, they're like, well, even though he did that, we still need to. And it's like, look, it's nuanced. Same thing.
Yeah.
Hate crimes happen. Some people know that the current politically correct climate is a great time to fabricate a hate crime on yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Or feign racism, or create a fake Twitter account and call yourself the N-word on your main Twitter so that other people can see that you've been discriminated against. It's like,
damn,
it's another backed into a corner type of moment. And you're exactly right. Like this Amber Heard thing, it's because if it's going to be in legal writing that this woman completely lied and fabricated her abuse at the hands of Johnny Depp, that does back things into a corner, and it creates more bullshit, division, and talking heads arguing about whatever the fuck. Who cares?
Yeah. And I think, unfortunately, Johnny Depp is right when he said it doesn't matter the outcome of this case. Like, as soon as she said that, I was done.
Yeah. They're not gonna throw him an apology party.
Nope.
That's not what's going to happen anymore these days. Not a lot of people. I'm surprised the way Aziz has been able to kind of get back in. But not a lot of people, even if it turns out that what they did may not have been the literal worst thing.
Yeah.
They're still not really getting an apology and an open door back into wherever they've been kicked out from. Mm-hmm. And that's real. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I think, unfortunately, the social climate is going to be, and you know what? And I wouldn't be surprised. And this is, not to be, but it's just like the plight of the white woman. Okay. This is why, Emmett Till knew not to smile even at a white woman, or else a bunch of people were going to go fucking lynch him and throw him in the river.
Yeah.
Which is what happened. And I would not be surprised if Amber Heard gets work after this, even though we find out that she fucked it all up.
For sure she will. 100% she will. Yeah. That's without a doubt.
She's going to get work again.
I would be surprised if she didn't.
Right.
Let's put it that way. I think obviously the one thing we can agree on is that they were never right for each other.
No.
That was not a good relationship for either of them, regardless of what we know, what we don't know. And there's a lot of things we don't know on the outside.
Right.
But I think that is clear they were two people that were not right for each other. Just not in good places to be able to deal with the other person's shit.
Right.
Neither of them deserve this.
Right.
Deserve whatever, what I don't know. It's just unfortunate that this is even a focus. Like, can't we just make movies?
Right.
Can't we just get back to making movies? And
can we just get back to making movies? It's funny that you talked about how the Fantastic Beasts trilogy gave Johnny the middle finger. It's like Fantastic Beasts is giving themselves the middle finger.
Yeah.
They should have let him back.
Yeah.
Because that shit sucks dick.
Because now what? They replaced him. Mm-hmm. They shot a lot of stuff with him, I feel like, most of the movie.
Yeah.
Then went back and reshot it all. And now here comes this court case coming out as the movie's coming out. And if they're them, they're probably going, oh, we might have jumped the gun on this one.
Warner Brothers, man. Again.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, did you see Mr. Miller? Ezra Miller?
Oh, my God.
Arrested for throwing a chair at a woman and gashing her head.
Oh, shit.
And you know what? Thank God we don't have to see his goofy ass fucking running as the Flash anymore.
I am so done with him. Them. I'm fucking done with them.
Cool.
They fucking suck.
Yeah.
God damn. I love all the like, you know how you get like Amber alerts on your phone?
Amber Heard alerts?
Yeah. Oh, God. There should be that.
There should be that.
And you know how in Hawaii that one time there was like an accidental alert that went on everyone's phone saying there was a missile headed for the island?
Oh, yeah.
And so someone like photoshopped that and it was just like warning, like for all Hawaii residents, like Ezra Miller is coming to.
I love that.
So, and that's something interesting as fuck too. So I don't know what the fuck is his problem. Like, I don't understand what his thing is. He is literally off his fucking rocker right now. It's crazy, man.
Crazy. So anyway, Johnny, Amber. Let's figure this out.
Let's get Amber. She needs to learn a lesson.
She just needs some anger management.
Yeah.
They just need to not be in each other's lives. Let's start with that. Let's separate them, give them some space to cool off and breathe. Again, that's all it is, right? Will and Chris, breathe. Amber and Johnny, breathe. Get some
Ezra
distance.
needs to take a huge breath.
Yeah. Right. One that doesn't have substance in it.
Yeah, they need to take a fucking breath.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So it's unfortunate. I don't know how much longer this case is going on. It's probably happening right now.
Yeah.
I don't know like the length of time this will take, but yeah, I mean, we don't need to like keep touching on it, I guess. I just it popped into my head because I have been watching it. So anyway,
well, we'll circle back when there's a verdict.
Yeah,
because that'll be important.
That'll be for sure.
If it's justice for Johnny, or if they find a way to do this and spin it back and get Amber out of this thing,
yeah,
I'll be impressed and I'll be upset. That's for sure.
I am very curious to see her take the stand because who knows? Maybe she'll surprise me and I'll be like, ooh, that's pretty damning evidence there against Johnny. But I don't know.
She's like, Johnny Depp has children in his basement. We're like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
hold on.
Hey, now.
This is a different case. I just dream of the day when we can hop on this podcast and talk about a big news event that's happy.
Yeah.
What is that even a possibility? What would that even look like?
Like, is there anything?
Is it bad that we can't think of anything? Like,
all I can think of are the great films that are coming out. Mm-hmm. Did you go see Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I haven't yet.
Amazing. Go see it. 10 out of 10. One of the greatest movies of the last decade.
Beautiful.
In a creative renaissance that proves that we can make movies with that subject matter that almost feel like a superhero movie. We can make it without using the licensed property superheroes.
Interesting thing I saw about that, one of the actors in it is actually the little kid from Indiana Jones.
And he's amazing.
And I didn't know. And apparently, seeing the success of Crazy Rich Asians inspired him to return to acting.
And he's so good in it.
Yeah.
He is brilliant. It felt like a renaissance of Asian American filmmaking.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the best.
That's awesome.
There was spiritual philosophy, wonderful, like spiritual philosophy. There's kung fu, like the type, you know, and it's like, it's the woman from Crouching Tiger.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and so it's like, it was like amazing to see her on screen doing her thing. Like, it was just, it was just amazing. It's just beyond brilliant. And then the Northman, which for me is huge.
That's going to be a harder one for me to go see, just because for whatever reason, Pirates of the Caribbean is the only exception to this, but I'm not a huge fan of like yay old Viking time kind of movies like that take place where you have to have torches and candles and
right.
And like corsets and all that kind of, like, whatever time period that is, movies. That is not. For whatever reason, I can't get into them unless it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right. Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely, for me, it's mostly about supporting Robert Eggers.
Yeah.
Because I want him to be the new, you know, when he's said and done, I hope we're talking about him in the same breath of Tarantino and Scorsese, and I want his name to be up there with them, and so I'll support anything he does because I believe in it. And I think, I agree. It's not easy for me, but there's some shit in the trailer that I've seen that I'm like, okay,
yeah,
you know, I'm about it. And then we already said Moon Knight. Moon Knight's amazing.
Haven't seen that yet.
It's been really good.
I've been on a real, this has been a busy time. So I haven't really gotten around to watch, like, as I'm watching the live stream of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, I'm editing.
You're a busy man.
while I'm watching that. So like, it's been hard. I think I'm going to try and go see Fantastic Beasts, the new one.
Are you going to see that?
Going to try and go see that tonight, probably.
I'm going to need a review. The second one, I'm checking my watch. How much longer is this? Well, I'm going to need to hear your thoughts and your takes. You're going to see Fantastic Beasts. I'm going to see The Northman this weekend. And then we're gearing up for Doctor Strange. Whew. God, Lord. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm down.
We're I'm excited about that one.
Very. That'll be a Redband event.
Yes. Red carpet event.
Ooh.
We should do one of those. Why? Hello? Red. Why haven't we done that?
Brilliant.
I don't know what we would do for it, but we'll do something.
Do something.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I like that.
So, till next time, everyone. This has been Good Chats.
Good day.
Good day. And Johnny and Amber.
God.
That's all we'll leave you with.
Johnny and Amber.
So, all right. Catch you guys later.
Good night.